Okay. Hello, everyone. So I'm developing a website called vscode.info to help as a companion site to VS Code. The website is up and there's content on it, but it's a work in progress. It's pretty early on. It used to be called vsconfig, but I found out vsconfig is actually a dot file for Visual Studio. So I had to rename it. So it's vscode.info. And the point here is to pretty much all the missing documentation for VS Code that you ever needed. Because frankly, the Microsoft documentation for the editor is pretty bad. There's a lot of things like I would try to search as I was working with VS Code on the website, and it was either not there, or if you got lucky enough to find something, it might have been like a footnote or just some incomplete information that doesn't really tell you a whole lot about what you're looking for, particularly with a lot of the settings. When you get into like the settings.json. But there are other things with the site. This is the published version right now, but you can look at things about the settings, how the settings work. So if you wanted to know about like VS Code settings, you can click here. There's a description about what the settings are like, and then ways that you can access them. So through the UI, there's a settings UI. There's also some settings.json files. And there's actually a number of them. There's a default application, user, workspace, and these sort of override each other. So the way it works is explained here. And then you go into like accessibility. So just to see what this works with, if you go into settings and you do settings.accessibility. You'll see all these settings here related to accessibility. But you'll see the second dot here for signals, for example. So these are all the settings that are of the form accessibility.signals. And each one of these here has been documented here. So if I go to .save, for example, and it gives you a little description about it, taken from the IntelliSense. It shows you what it looks like in your settings.json, what type the setting is, whether it's an object or a string or a number. And then if it is an object, it will have this table here that tells you more about it and what's available to you, as well as a description. And then this is a description about how it works. And a lot of these settings, some of these settings conflict with each other. So if you wanted to set this one, for example, so this is settings, accessibility, signal, save. Save. We hit that. You see we get this. And okay, this is correct. Always, never, or user gesture. And then this will tell you how that works. There's also a breadcrumbs menu up here they can use to go straight back to home. And in the future, there'll be more things than settings. It will be settings, shortcuts, extensions, a whole bunch of things I have planned, but it's in the early stages here. Voice, this one here. code snippets in the text-to-speech synthesis. Okay. I should make this more clear. I think this has to do with when you're using Copilot Chat. If you're using a screen reader, which you probably are not, but some of you may be. If you're using a screen reader, it will actually read back. No, actually, no, not even a screen reader. Let's see what this is like, actually. Let's actually delete this. Let's actually do this. Okay. So I think there's a way to make it read out aloud to you. Let's see here. Start a new chat. What can you tell me about this file? They update this. I swear there was a little microphone here that you could get it to read aloud to you. Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I need this website. Voice. Okay. So this is incomplete. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stuff I need to work on for this website, because that's what this stream's about. We're going to take a look at these here. So there's some pixel perfect, or rather some imperfect pixels on the table corners. If we go here and then we go to accessibility, signals, terminal quick fix. Let's go ahead and zoom in here on the table. Stream quality might not be high enough, but right here, there's some border radius here that is set on the actual border, but the border radius is not set on this background here. So it's overlapping. So that's one thing I gotta fix. Sort the sidebar. So here you will see that these are not sorted alphabetically. These are sorted by the date that I created them, which is not the sorting that you want, just because that's what Hugo does by default. Front matter for IntelliSense, yeah, so this right here, let's take a look at this in the code here. So this is terminal quick fix. So here I just did some sort of custom styling here, but this is not how you want to do it for all of them. Because if we take a look here, this one, this is what I want it to look like. But if I go to here, for example, it's got, this is how I was doing it, but I like this style here, but I don't want to. I could style it in my CSS, but like using selectors, but there are other things. Like if I select like the first paragraph in the page, there are certain pages where the first paragraph you don't want to display like this. So you can use this right here. I've done just some inline styling, but I could give this a custom class name. But that's not really, if you're doing that using Hugo, you're kind of doing it wrong. Really the way to do stuff in Hugo is to do it programmatically using front matter. So I would have like, we'll just say description. And then plays signal, blah, 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 right? And I'll just put that there. And then I would go into my themes here, layout, And let's see here, probably base of. Okay, there's my sidebar. Section header, there's my breadcrumbs. Okay, main container, main, block main. I would do some stuff here to make it so that when Hugo builds this website, because right here we're using templates. When Hugo does its static site generation, it would look, and I would tell it to say, hey, take this description here, and then give it like a unique ID. I'd probably put it in the partials actually. At any rate, put an element here with a unique ID, and then in my styles.css, I would do like some sort of a unique ID, and I would style it that way. Okay. Might not get to that today. Let's see, what else do we have? Page title versus URL title. Yeah, so this right here says terminal quick fix. Really what this should say is I should be able to edit the HTML. Yeah. Really what I want this to say is to say accessibility what is it, signals? Yeah, signals dot terminal quick fix, because that's what the setting is. Yeah, come on. There we go. This is what the setting is when you go into the settings JSON here, for example. Do I have it up? Accessibility, signals, term, quick fix. So you want a page for each and every one of the settings in VS Code, but you don't want it to affect this up here, because this is where you have your URLs. What does it say? Amplify.net. It should say .info. Yikes. Great. Okay. I gotta work on right. Accessibility, signals. Yeah, I don't know why that did that. Okay. At any rate, this follows the hierarchy of this right here. So it's accessibility / signal / terminal quick fix, and that will bring you to the URL. So you can navigate to it through the sidebar, or you can see where you need to go directly by typing in the URL, and it will do that. But if I type this in, so what Hugo's doing right now, so if you didn't know, Hugo is a static site generator. So it's pretty much taking this is the name of the markdown file, and it's auto-generating this title here. So what I need to do is I need to do do title, and then I'll do maybe display title, and then I'll make it accessibility signals dot terminal, and then I would have Hugo use that value instead of this value to generate the header. Okay. Copyright, I need to rewrite all the stuff. Chroma styling, yeah, so we have code in here. I need to work on the styling here. It's passable for now, but I want to change it. Search, yeah, search. So I'm using kind of a hack for search. Basically, what it's doing is um, it's just opening up a new tab and putting in a search query within the specific website for the thing. So if I search like settings, okay, wonderful. And it uses Google search and it will search just my website. So actually, this is the old website. I need to actually change that. This is good in that I don't have to implement my own search, which I could do and may end up doing anyway. But this uses Google's search, and it's like 2 lines of code or maybe just 1 line of code. But the thing is, I need to wait for Google to index my stuff before it's reachable, which could take a few days after I post something new. To-do page, yeah, so I've got, if I go back to home, let's do this things, for example. These things, these are links that I want to have shortcuts to. So settings, shortcuts, snippets, extensions. These are not implemented yet because the site's pretty early, but I do want to have links to this. And I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to have sort of a to-do page where you just link to it. And that way I can put in the link here and have it go somewhere. And then once it's implemented, I can just basically do a search within my files, Control F to see what goes to the to-do page, and then change it as the site develops. Okay. Font weight on headers, yeah, just some simple CSS. Visual indicator of global only application settings. Yeah, so some settings are only set. You can only set them at the highest level settings, the application level. So it'd be nice to have some sort of a visual indicator on the sidebar for ones that are like that. Okay, so we're gonna try and get through some of this today. Let's start with some simple ones. Let's see, what's the easiest one here? Font weight on headers. Okay, easy enough. Let's see if I can go to, let's close this, close this, close this. Let's just close that right now. So font weight on headers. Okay, font weight inherit, which I have at normal, which is going to resolve to 400. Looks like I have some, okay, little visual bug there. So we're going to set this to like 700, which is going to be bold. Yeah, 700. Okay. Okay, so this is a development one, so that's a bit thicker. So it was at 400. I do kind of like this, but as you can see, if I go to settings, accessibility, signals, that's probably better, right? Yeah, that's probably better. It probably makes it more stand out. me make sure that these are indeed 400. Font weights, go to computed. Font weight 400, yeah. And this ought to be 700. Yep. Okay. Well, that's done. Okay, great. Search. Yeah, let's go to my search here. So, where's that going to be? That's going to be in my themes, layout, probably my partial. I think I have a search, yeah. Okay, this needs to change to vscode.info. I think that's how that works. Okay, there it goes. Oh wow, it did index. Great. It has not indexed my little favicon here, but that's okay. vscode.info settings. Look at that. Walk through. Okay, wonderful. Okay, close that. Okay. We're going to save that for later. Pixel perfect on table corners. Yeah, let's do that. Sidebar. Sorry, just give me a moment here. Okay. Table corners, yeah. Breadcrumbs. Okay, the main container call out. Okay. Yeah. What was the reason for that? Anyway, moving on. Table. Okay, table. So let's take a look here. This right here, it's TH, TR. Now, what is we need to be looking for a border radius. Table. Okay, so the border radius is on here. T head is probably the one. Background color. Why are these different colors? Let's see here. It's different color. Okay. What did that color go from? Main CSS. Well, of course it's minimized, so it's that's not very useful. It's 66,116th column of line 1. That's not useful at all. So maybe we'll do TR. Just you can excel the TR and fix that. TH table TR head TH. Oh, actually, no. No, T head. Yeah, let's try T head. So, say border radius. Let's see here. So it's always tricky when doing CSS because well, let's check the docs here for a second. Let's see if we can do this right. So MDN CSS border radius. Yeah. So you can give it 4 properties. You can give it 4 properties, or 3 properties, or 2, or 1. And based on if you give it 1, 2, 3, or 4, it will apply it in different ways. So if you give it 4 values. If you give it 4 values, it will apply it to each one of the corners individually. But it depends which ones you want. So in this case, I want the top left and the top right border to have a border radius of 3 pixels. But I can't remember if the first one corresponds to, I can't remember which position corresponds to which. So let's take a look here. So 10, oh goodness. All right, let's just get rid of these percentages here and say 3px. Let's make it 10 to make it really obvious. Okay, so we want 10, and we want 10px, and we want 0 and 0. Yes, that's what we want. 10, 10, 0, 0. Okay. And of course, Hugo is not going to rebuild that, is it? I don't think it will. Let's refresh this. Let's try and rebuild. Yep. Okay, not fix the issue. Zoom in just to look here. Not fix the issue. Oh no, we didn't want 10. We wanted 3. But that nonetheless did not fix it. So maybe we want. Oh, I think I use ChatGPT. So let's do this. Rebuild it. Okay. Table. Border radius top left, top right. Okay, so let's try TR now. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's the TH I need. Let's try this. Let's go TH. Table. T head TR. Okay. Okay. That'll work. H. Yeah. So let's just try TH here. Oh, there we go. Oof, but that is not what we want, is it? Oh, how annoying are you? So a few issues. First of all, it's probably hard to see for you guys, but I can see it. These border radii, do not match up well. Do I have border radius 3 pixels? Let me do this. Let me do border radius 3 tags link. That's fine. Actually, we should. No, that's fine. That's okay. Code, not data lang. Yeah, 3. Table 3. T head 3. Right. TH. What's the TH here? TH. Oh, I've got another TH here. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that. We can actually get rid of this table selector. Let's just do that. Let's clean up as we go here. Just make sure that doesn't break anything. What if we, I don't like this, but let's just do T-head, background color. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we have on my to-do list here. Sort sidebar from African elements. Right from the styling page. Okay, let's T-head. Okay, not what I meant to do. TH. Let's do this. Okay, so that's where the color is getting set, and we want the border radius, but there's still white right here. So I don't understand why table, T-head, T-body, T-bar. Why are these? This is hard to look at. Let's change this to let's just say. Okay. Yeah, why are these T? TR. T-body, this has TR. Okay. So now these, I'm not getting interference here. Well, let's see if that actually. No. Border radius. So for some reason, this border radius is not working here. So Yeah, these are the joys of CSS. So the issue is this T head right here, this element right here. It's getting the styling for background color blue, but changing the border radius doesn't change anything. Let's see if we can read about the docs for the T head element. T head table element. Yeah, let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, let's see here. Let's take my table stuff here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and we'll copy that. And we'll take the sources. No. Table. Here we go, table. Okay. Applying border radius to T-head. That's what it. Let me try to get this right here. T-head. Oh, wait a second. T-head. Okay. T-head, yep. Doesn't apply any changes to the doesn't apply have any effect. Why not? Changing the background color works as expected, but border radius has no effects. No effect. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Around the top corners, yeah. You need to apply border radius to the first TH and last TH cells in a row. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Border radius on T-head has no visual impact. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Table caption T-head. Okay, but I can still apply a color. To MPX. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can read about this here. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So structure tables to semantic sections, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Um, okay. Huh. Okay. So you cannot apply border radius to a TH or table to a T head. Yeah. Yep. Well, you got to admit, this was pretty smart of ChatGPT to recognize I was trying to do this. So let's try it out and see what we got. Okay. Okay, so that did do what I wanted, but the thing is, there's still this gap here. So, see if I can describe this in a way ChatGPT will understand. Say, okay, so that did work. Okay, that worked. But now, we got this issue of the TH elements not lining up, like they're not fitting to the border of, let's see, what do I have the border radius on the table? The table. There is some gap even though they have the same border radius. Let's see what we can get from that. It's unneeded. Border collapse width 100. Border collapse separate. Border spacing. 0. Border 1 pixel solid, gray 2. Yep. Radius 3. Okay, let's try. No, I don't want to reduce. All right. Padding, what's the padding on these things here? Text align left. Vertical line, margin 0. HDD. Okay, let's try a few things. So first of all, let's try table layout fixed on the, table. Table layout fixed. Okay, not what you want. Not what you want. Okay. Is this the table element here? No. Why is this all messed up? Why is this all messed up? Okay. It's actually come on. There we go. That's wrong. Okay. Actually, swap. Table layout fixed. Okay. Let's try that. Build it. Yeah, still getting that issue here. No. T head. So if we have a T head TR background color, and we'll call it something crazy yellow. See what that looks like. I think there's a gap there. Looks like a gap. What if I do yeah, that's why CSS sucks, man. CSS freaking sucks, honestly. What sucks about it is that it's things that should make sense don't. And depending on what browser you're using, it could change how it's laid out. Because, whether it's Safari or Chrome or Firefox or anything based on Chromium, these all have different rendering engines in the way that they do, the way that they resolve these styling things, and how, the same resolution can be rendered differently. But then you just get weird quirks like this. I mean, like, okay, T head. You can change the background color of T head, but you can't change the border radius. If it's a purely semantic element, why are you allowed to change the styling at all? Instead of just saying like, oh, well, here's a particular set of styles that you can set for this thing. This is not pixel perfect, and it is going to bug me. And this is a hack. This is a very ugly hack. But maybe I can revisit this in the future. But I think I'm done fighting this right now. I'll put it on the back burner. It's still, you can still see it. Right? Hey, this is good. This looks good right here. Hey. No, I'm not gonna torture myself over it. We're gonna call that good for now. Come back to it later, maybe. Still not pixel perfect. Good for now. Come back later. Okay, sword sidebar. Okay. Chroma styling. Okay, it's been an hour stream. Should I keep going? Yeah, let's do some chroma styling. Why not? Let's just do it for at least a little while here. Screw you. Screw you. Okay, styling. So in order to do this, we need to go into syntax.css. Okay. Background color. Oh, we also need, I think it's root CSS. Yeah. It's got these colors here. Okay. Well, let's see what this looks like. So for JSON, we want comments to be blue, or that is blue. You can play around with maybe cyan though. So we'll do, let's see, where's our comments? Do we have a comment? Font style, italic. Yeah, I like that. Let's do this here. Let's just comment it out in case we want to come back to it. Or cyan, right? Yep. Let's try that. Okay. It is unclear if that changed. All right, let's see what we got here. So, bam. RGB, fuck. 60. Oh, why is it? Okay, there we go. No, that's not what I want. Comment. Oh, we've got all these comments. Okay, yeah. So which one is this? All right, well, we can find out. C1. Why is it C1? Single comment single. Yeah, let's color 6060. Okay. Now we can do percent S change color hash 60A0B0 bam, and replace that with, oh, you fucking bitch. So hooray for Unix. Now I have to do escape characters to add CSS comments. Fucking assholes, bro. So star. Oh, goodness, color hash 60A0B0. Yeah, fucking didn't work. Color. Let's actually do this here. Let's just copy this here. Y. No. Yes. Okay. See if that did the trick. Okay. Yes, it did. Indeed. Or cyan. Yep. Okay, so change it to cyan. Okay. Now what do we want? We want this to be not some shade of gray. We want it to be, come on, black. Black. 0, 0, 0. Okay, that is what we want. P. Span class P. So let's try to search for dot P. No, search for dot P. Okay, search for dot P. Where's the next one? Next, please. Okay. Now that is CL. Oh, that's the code line. Okay. Class line. Okay. Span NT. So plan class. Yeah, class line, class CL code line, NT. What is NT? Name tag. Okay. Black. It should just be black, right? Oh, I kind of like this purple. I kind of do like this, but no. Let's keep it. Let's keep it like that. But let's keep it with. Let's make it indigo because this color scheme here. Yeah. Let's try indigo. Indigo color. GC color var indigo. Right, that's how you do vars, right? Right? Yes. Okay, let's try that, see what that looks like. Okay, it's a little light. Root. Purple. It's going to be lighter. Okay, that's fine. So class. So let's see what we have for. Let's go. Span NT span.p. Span.piece, that's going to be black. Span.nt, span.s2. Yeah. F.s2. Literal string double. Literal string double. Excuse me. Literal string double quote. Okay, double quote. Yeah, we like double quotes. We like double quotes. Now, what color is this? Root. Oh, yikes. It's yikes. That's 2. Where did I find this? Come on. There we go. 407. Can you make it purple? The color purple. Yeah. Great. Let's do that here. I don't hate it. But the thing is, do I really want all this syntax highlighting? Do I just want it to be black? You know, black and gray, and just have a little pop of color when you want it. Black, red, and shades of gray. And then just a little pop of color when you need it. But doing all this, no. And then our background color is probably too. It probably needs to be changed. Yeah, look, this is what it looks like. Just do it white on black, but we're gonna do light gray on black. So let's do with some colored comments. Yeah, I think that's how we want it. So literal string double. I don't need any of this shit. That's okay. So what's our background color here? Class highlight. Background color 240. Okay. Now, where's it getting this from? Because this is commented out. Highlights. Okay. So, can you please gray? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's just gray like this. It matches this here. Can we have like maybe a little cheat there? So we'll do HSL 00. Yeah. HSL, which is going to be a 96%. Ooh, it's going to be like almost white, but not quite. Not quite white. Yeah, it's far too light. What is the in gray one? It's 92. So going from what? Yeah, so place that with 4. Yeah, once you start getting close to the edges of that HSL, a little change goes a long way. Why are you all fucked up now? No. No. Highlight. Whoa, okay. What's going on here? Why is it getting overwritten? Okay. Uh-huh. Two. So this should not have any change because it's going to be literally the same. Okay, something's happening. I think it's the HSL thing. Fucking great. Why? Ugh. Okay, so dash gray. Oh, I know why. Okay. No, it was a. This needs to have a percent sign, or it's not going to work. Okay. 94, 96. It's getting pretty light, actually. I kind of like the lightness of this. The lightness, I probably want that lightness right here as well. Let's zoom in and see what this looks like. All right. There we go. I kind of like it, honestly. Yeah. What was it before? Was it just regular gray? Yeah. I feel like that gray is a little heavy though. Let's try this. Let's try this. Place it with a. Place that with a 6 right. Then we can go back here and delete that. Okay. You know, I kind of like it. It pops more, you know, got more pop to it. More visual pop there. Okay. Is it too light though? I don't know. I kind of like it. Not sure if it's settings. Yeah, you know, I kind of like it. This might be a little light, honestly. I guess how do you want to do it? I kind of liked having this a little bit darker and then having these like separators be a little bit lighter. I don't know if I want them the same color. Let's take a look here. What color is this? Highlights. 245, 245, 245. Yeah. And then, okay, that's the border. Yeah, that is the same color. And then what do we have on the? I do kind of like the lightness here, especially on the sidebar. I felt that darker gray was a little too heavy. And then when we need to do let's see, I kind of like the purple. I like how that purple looks on that gray. Though it may not be super obvious. I kind of like how this looks, but really just as a comment. Well, let's try this here. Let's try this. Syntax. Let's make color black for everything. Fuck. Okay, so what are we working with here? Yeah, span P. Span NT. Okay. Color more indigo. Color. Oh, hello. Black. Okay. And what else we got here? This one, NTNT S2. NP S2, yeah. Dot S2. Yeah. So let's take this color black. And then I kind of like the cyan for the comment there. See how it looks. Question is, do we really want any syntax highlighting in our thing here? I kind of do like this purple. I don't really care for this green here, like this. Comments can be cyan, teal, green, mint. Yeah, strings are green. Comments are this blue color. Yeah, I do like the thing there. So let's do. Let's see what it looks like with blue here. What is this? C1? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not going to use that because that's the color I have for links. So let's just try one more thing here. I like this purple color and this indigo color. Which one do I like more for comments? I don't know. We'll try purple. Okay. be lighter. Cyan it is. Okay. Cyan. Okay, what do we have down here? So K. Dot K. Is this green here? Oh no. This is gonna be color black. Yeah. And then this is, what is this? O. O. Operator. Okay. Now, another thing with keeping these color schemes pretty plain is that's going to reduce the size of my CSS. I can cut out a lot of this stuff that I don't need. Yep. Okay, and this is a, what is this? So .o, S2, we already got it, right? Yeah. .nv. Name variable. Okay. And what else do we have here? S2 got it. O got it. S2, O, P, K got it. CL, S2, K, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. I think the way to do this actually would be to, I would just delete all this. No, we're not going to do that just yet. But a way to do it would be just to delete all this stuff, and then that way it's going to default to just being black. And then when I want to add something in, I just inspect the class, and then I add this like .chroma .c1 based on the classes that get generated by Chroma. Chroma is aware of languages, syntax anyway. So when you tell, so for example, in, let's take a look at it. JSON. So that's right here. These 3 backticks lets you know it's a code block, and then you just type it in. And then what's get put out here. And Chroma is a program. It's integrated into Hugo. So when it parses this out, it knows that this is code. It knows to what HTML to generate, and Chroma knows what JSON is. There's some sort of a definition somewhere of JSON syntax. It can assign these class names that we're seeing here, like C1 for single line comment, NT for whatever it was, named something. It knows to put a P tag on that, it knows to put an S2 tag on that, so on and so forth. And based on the language, and it supports a lot of languages, so it knows what bash is, or sh, it knows what shell is. So I put this in here. This is just my color scheme. So my color scheme knows what has syntax highlighting for sh. Knows what to do with it. And then Chroma will do this and put these tags on here. Honestly, Chroma might be overkill if you don't need it, and if you don't want it. And part of the project here is to intentionally over-optimize. I'm not trying to make it as dynamic as possible, Although for right now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so I'm not going to completely gut it, but great, my tea's cold. Okay, chroma styling. I kind of like the new gray there. We'll keep that for a while, see if we want to change it up in the future. Let's go to my to-do here. Chroma styling. Yeah. Okay, to-do page. Yeah, let's write it. Let's make a to-do page. So the way that you're going to make something new in, it's actually, yeah. The way that you're going to do something in Hugo is we're going to do Hugo new content, and then let's see here. Content index.md. Is this going to mess up my thing? So let's try this. Let's just do to-do.md. That should put it right there. Yep. Draft. Now I didn't have to change the CSS, so I don't have to trigger the rebuild. So let's go to /to-do. There it is. Okay. But how do you get there from the page? I don't think it does. So settings, themes, projects. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. F2. Nothing found. Okay, so this is like a hidden page here. Okay, so let's do this. So, oops, this feature is under construction. Put a little image there of a now how do we link to it? Yes. So if we go to settings, index, summary settings, title, draft. How did this is it. Okay. Not to be confused. This is the my to-do. This is a to-do page. Get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. So let's just figure out how we link to it really quick. So let's go back to here. So I forgot how to link internally. Like, in other words, do I just put slash to do? I think so. So let's try this. Let's go to, settings. My computer's running really slow. Streaming settings .md. Settings index md. There we go. That's what we want. Okay, so all right. So the way we do links. And Markdown is like this. So I think we do slash to do. Let's write that. Let's try this right here. Blah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Then when I implement this thing, I can just do a search for slash to do. No, I can't, because how do you slash to do? How do I fucking escape to do? Okay, it's a backslash. Okay. Bam. Okay. Now how do I do it with this? Slash to do. Do I need to? Beautiful. I don't need to escape it with ripgrep or with this search extension. Okay, great. Done. Nodes to do MD. Yep. Okay. To do page done. Wonderful. Why is this? Okay, whatever. Not going to do this. So this is going to require Hugo stuff. This is going to require Hugo stuff. Hugo stuff. Hugo stuff. And this We'll just comment it out so I feel like I did something. No, we won't, because that's going to mess up our. Okay, so this is all Hugo stuff with the exception of this right here. Copyright. This means I've got to go through all my copy and touch up the writing because it was done very hastily, very sloppily just to get it done, and I need to do a better job. Also, since I've been creating more pages, my layouts have sort of changed. As I write more, I realize, oh, this is actually a better way to do a layout. So that copyright task is actually going to be very tedious. There's going to be a lot involved with that. So I'll probably do that last. Next stream will be all this Hugo stuff. So we're going to be doing some actual Hugo stuff, which I'm not really good at, but hey, ChatGPT has been pretty helpful with it, so we're going to do it for that. Yeah, if you don't know what Hugo is, I recommend taking a look at it. Go hugo.io. The world's fastest framework for building websites. Yes, it's fast. It does have issues. Sometimes it will not rebuild properly, or it will cache files, and it's not easy to make it do it what you want. Sometimes, not always. Usually it's very good. Also, whenever you change a markdown file, it will run the build process again, and it builds very fast. In fact, let's see how fast it builds. 23 milliseconds to rebuild my whole website. Whenever you save a markdown file, after it's been changed, it will say the Hugo build tool. Oh, so what I'm doing here, this is a custom dev script that I wrote. Let's take a look at that actually. Package.json dev. So we'll do npm run clean public. So the public directory is what the Hugo build command will build to. So this is what gets deployed to my build artifact. So it will clean it. So it will sort of just delete everything in here. The reason I have it do that is because, again, Hugo will try to do caching to speed things up. Sometimes you don't want it to, and when you're making, especially when you're making styling changes, it will cache too aggressively, and your styles are not going to update because it cached them. It doesn't want to delete its cache because that would make it slow. But more important than being fast is being correct. So I just have it delete everything in here, and it will rebuild it. Hugo server will run the build command, and then it will run a server, a local server here, which is what I'm doing this development on. So localhost 1313. And then it will also start a watcher. So anytime a markdown file gets changed, it will rerun the build script and rebuild everything. And it happens very fast. It happens faster than I can switch from VS Code to the browser, which is good. So that's Hugo. There's a lot of, the documentation is pretty bad, in my opinion, which I'm making a documentation site. Documentation is not easy. So with all the smack I'm talking on VS Code's documentation, which I can say is very bad from a certain perspective, it's not easy. So mine better be good with all the smack I'm talking. There's also a lot of websites that will describe what Hugo is and how it works. So I recommend you take a look at that. And the websites that it builds are very minimal, very small. They're static. You can't get faster than static. It's not just serving. It's just serving up static files from a server. So a big point of this website is to be really fast. So let's go ahead and see what. Let's go to the network tab. 106 kilobytes. Okay, that's more because of this right here, this live reload script that gets injected. This is what Hugo uses for the watch thing. So this is, well, if I go to the actual website, so vscode.info, that was very fast. Let's reload it again. So caches are disabled, so it's not going to cache. 5 kilobytes. 5 kilobytes of transfer data for this website. Yeah. 3 kilobytes for my HTML. So my HTML is actually bigger than my CSS. My CSS is only 2.3 kilobytes. Oh, that's of transfer size. The actual size of the file is 6.85, but when it gets sent over the wire, it gets compressed. And then this will cache. This has a unique hash. It's called a fingerprint. So anytime I make changes, it updates the fingerprint because the fingerprint, so it's main.somehash.css is the name of the file. And the hash is based on the content. So anytime I change the contents of the CSS file, it will change the hash. So the browser will cache it. It will see that it already has it when it tries to load it. And it's not even going to make that web HTTP request. It's just going to load the one. And this works great because if I change HTML, I don't have to worry about it using an older version of it that's been cached because it's not going to have it because the hash will be different. So these websites are going to load even faster. These web pages are going to load even faster. Yep. Let's take a look here. 14 kilobytes. So this HTML, this HTML is 14 kilobytes for this right here. That's very small. And my CSS is very small as well. Okay. Well, that's the stream. If you watched, hopefully enjoyed it. I'll be streaming again soon. And I plan to do more streams when I develop this website. Okay, thanks for watching.